Okay, hello and welcome to an Assassin's Creed tier list. A few things to get out of the way. We've got games I haven't played. I've never played the first one. Well, I played it on like a mobile version of it, but I don't really think that counts as going like yeah. Doesn't really count as the game, so I'm not going to conclude it. I haven't played Rogue, and I think this is Chronicles China. I can't actually read it. Oh no, it's Assassin's Creed Liberation. There's no Chronicles actually at all. I haven't played Liberation either. I I just didn't like it. Didn't like the. Not that I didn't like it, just didn't have a platinum. Therefore, I didn't play it. But a few things just to get out of the way. Probably going to be spoilers. Might not be. I don't know. I haven't planned this, so you know. These tier lists are very much just my gut reaction. So let's get into it, shall we? Assassin's Creed Odyssey, S tier. I love that game. It made me play the next game, which is Valhalla, which is that here. Oh, Valhalla isn't here, but I'll probably put Valhalla in like a B tier. So keep that in mind. Assassin's Creed Valhalla B tier. But Odyssey S tier. The way the game is, very fun, very engaging. I didn't have any qualms with playing it all the way through for the platinum and doing all the extra stuff. And it was quite enjoyable tracking down the what were they called in the game? Because I'm thinking of the Order of the Ancients, but that's Valhalla. Trying to think what they were in Odyssey. I can't think of them off the top of my head. But just trying to find the enemy organization, find all their members was really fun. Same in Valhalla, to be fair. I love the Order of the Ancients in Valhalla. The boat was really nice in Odyssey. The world was beautiful. I loved learning about different things, and the historical locations in Odyssey were nice, a nice touch. They obviously didn't impact the game very much. They gave you like 100 XP, that was it. But they were just nice. It was like, oh, that's a place I've heard of. Oh, that's a place I haven't heard of. Why haven't I heard of it? Let's go learn about it. Because I'm historically inclined, so that's why I love Assassin's Creed. It's one of my favorite game series because it is historically focused. Well, not historically focused, but you get what I mean. There's a historical undertone. But let's move on. Syndicate. I like these are not going to be unnecessary on how good the games were, because Syndicate. I don't really remember the story. I remember there was Charles Dickens at some point. I remember there was twins. I remember you're on a train at some point. That's about it. But I love the setting. I love that industrial revolution Britain kind of vibe. It very much was one of my. It was one of my. It was my first Assassin's Creed on PlayStation 4 that I played, and I loved it. It was really fun. I love just running around the big cities. Obviously, Assassin's Creed's changed now. Like Odyssey is very different to Syndicate, because Syndicate's still in that old vein of not really being an RPG and just being an adventure action game. Whereas Odyssey is more RPG, more open world. Obviously, Syndicate is open world as well, but the world feels a lot more open in Odyssey because there's different zones and all this and all that. So it's a different style, but it's still really good, and I love the old style. Uh, Unity, I played like once and had it. Actually, I played it like once and it just glitched out on me all the time. So I was like, yeah, I'm not playing this again. So Unity, haven't got much to say. I love the trailer for it. And speaking of trailers, my favorite gameplay trailer of all time, Assassin's Creed 3. For gameplay and story, D. Not D, maybe C. No, D. But for the setting, B. I loved the setting, the American Civil War setting. I loved it. Not the best game, probably the worst game in the series. Not the worst game in the series, but like the one of the bottom tier games in the series, objectively, but subjectively, I love it. I would say it's my favorite, but I know I can't put it in S tier. I know it's got nothing on these two, so I'm like, well, I loved it just because of the setting. Setting can make games, especially if you're someone who loves history like me. I loved learning about the American Civil War, and yeah, I just wish I got the remastered, but I couldn't get back into it because of how slow it starts. I think that's a lot of people's criticism of it as well. So yeah, I can definitely see why people hate this game. And if I didn't play it, if I played it at a later date, I'd probably agree with you. Black Flag. Um, I mean, it's Black Flag. It's one of the best post two games. I mean, who doesn't love Black Flag? It's that nice mix of really open world, really big world. Um, the ship combat, which was nice, because some ship combat seems to now be just a thing in Assassin's Creed games. Odyssey had it. Valhalla didn't really have it. Kind of does. You can fire arrows on the boat, but that doesn't really count, does it? But you do use your boat to raid and stuff, and then Origins kind of had it to an extent, but Odyssey did it, and then it's just like because that's what worked in Black Flag. Like hunting the legendary ships was really cool. I need to play Black Flag again. I really loved Black Flag, and I think it's well deserving of an A, maybe even an S tier. And that's not even talking about the stories, the characters you meet, the historical aspect of it, and I really think this is one of the best Assassin's Creed games. I'm just reserving S for like my absolute favorites. Origins. I'm gonna have to put in C, unfortunately, because a D. No, I'll put in C. It's better than Unity. It's not a broken mess. I wasn't able to get into Origins because this was the first game of that new style, the RPG style that I was talking about with Odyssey. But unfortunately, Origins obviously does it worse because it's the first game in the series. That's acceptable, well, not the first game in the series, the first game in that style. You expect it to be the worst, but I couldn't get into it because it didn't feel like Assassin's Creed anymore to me, and I didn't. At the time, I was very impatient, I think, with the world. So I'm going to go back and play Origins again, and I might move up. It might stay. It might move down. You never know. But playing Odyssey has made me realize, you know what? I actually really enjoy that style because Odyssey was able to hook me a lot more because I'm a lot more into like Greek history than I am into Egyptian history. Which is an indictment on the Egypt. Egypt has some really cool history, and especially like these two. These all are like the mythological times, or like what was it, the war. Fucking, why can I not remember any history when I'm talking about this? Like, there's Odyssey set during one of the most famous wars ever, and I can't even fucking remember. I'm a fraud. I am. Someone put in the comments what the war was called, please, because that's gonna eat me alive. But Origins is set in that like early era. So was Valhalla was set in like I don't even know, like it was like what before well, it was before 1066. I can tell you that. Don't think it gives you an exact date, but it's set so long ago. Set in that time before. So you can really time before like history was properly written. It was set after the death of Ragnar Lothbrok. Which I think I should know, but I don't. Um Either way. What was I talking about? I was talking about Origins, wasn't I? I've done so many tangents, I forgot the game I was actually talking about. Origins is one that I'm definitely going to go back to. So, uh, just keep that in mind. That this is not a set in stone one at all. Well, just the best game in the series. What is there not to say? The game that made me fall in love with Assassin's Creed. What's there to not love about it? The story, mwah, so good. The gameplay so fluid. The combat was luscious. Oh, I'm in love. We got the remaster and platinum did it. Got all the feathers, everything. It's just a really enjoyable game. I really recommend if you've never played it, just to play it. Please. So good. Brotherhood. One of my I think Brotherhood is quite underrated because it came after 2 and everyone's like, oh, it's just like 2 but more, and it's like, well, yeah, that's not a bad thing. Obviously you want it to be a original thing, but it's continuing the story, you're continuing on from where 2 left off, and then you're like, oh, okay, this has happened. Okay, so now we got to be here, 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 here. We got to do this. We got to kill this person, as you do in Assassin's Creed. And I think it's still very good, and I really recommend that you play this one too. Because I did these back to back, so actually by the end of Brotherhood, I was getting quite bored of the vein. Because I did the Ezio Auditore collection, so I did these two, and then I never got around to the third one because I knew that this was my personal least favorite game in the series, Revelations. I I hated Revelations. I haven't played it in so long that my opinions might have changed, but I hated this with a passion when I played it. So I just think that's probably me. But I hated it. I know a lot of people disliked it as well because it was obviously the kind of death of Ezio's story. I don't know if Ezio actually dies in it. I don't think he does. I know someone that does. But you find that Auditories out the ears, buddy. Jesus Christ. I mean, obviously Ezio does die. I just don't know if he dies in the game. He just dies. He's not immortal. I'm not immortal. Eivor is not immortal. If you find Eivor, Eivor's dead in a ditch. Not in a ditch. She's dead in America, which I think means she meant to do Vinland last, but I definitely didn't do that last. Anyways, beside the point. Revelations, it's a glitchy mess I found, and I just didn't enjoy it. So personally, bottom tier for me. Bottom tier. But obviously, these are my own opinions, and you're very welcome to disagree with me. Tell me if I should try like Liberation Rogue. I should probably try the first one, all things considered. Tell me if Unity got fixed a bunch and now is a really good game and you should go play it, or if oh no, Odyssey is the worst game in existence and hear why. I'm more than happy to hear your opinions. Please leave them in the comments below. Please subscribe. Please like the video. Please just help me out. And I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good life. I hope you have a wonderful time. Expect a Smite video to come out tonight. Gameplay, because that's what I do every night. Yeah, I hope you are have a good day. Peace.